Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. So we'll be starting in about 8 minutes. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Oh. Mm-hmm. Krishna. Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. We're starting in 2 minutes. Are you ready? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, and welcome to our ongoing adventure in self-realization according to the divine instructions and example of our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thank you for being here. Let me know if you're with us. Give us some squeak, some connection. And today we're doing the next verse of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita as it is, text number 48. This chapter is called Contents of the Gita Summarized, the entire Gita in one chapter. Inconceivable how an unlimited ocean of knowledge and consciousness can be condensed into one chapter and then expanded upon into the full 18 chapters. So we'll chant Jai Radha Madhava. I'll do it responsively. If you can hear me, or if you're there, sing along responsively, and then we'll do the verse, word meanings, translation, and purport. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Rajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jaya Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe Radha Giridhari Radha Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya 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 Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Haribo, Haribo, Gora Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo. Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramahamsa, Paribrajikacharya Astatara Sarvashri Shrimad, Divine Grace of Bhai Charan Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramahamsa, Paribrajikacharya Astatara Sarvashri Shrimad, Divine Grace of Bhai Charan Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, ISKCON, BBT, Founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prem Sakaho, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasati Gaur, Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna. Gopi Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Mathura Dhamma Ki Jai, Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Ganga Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Tulasi Devi Maharani Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yajna Ki Jai, Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai, Transcendental Prasadam Distribution Ki Jai, Shri Ekadashi Vrat Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai, Sadhu Sangha Ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you again for joining us. Let me know if you're here, you're there, or where you are, who you are. So we'll go straight into the, as I said before, this is the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, contents of the Gita summarized, text number 48. So you have your book or not, repeat after me the best you can. Yogastha kuru karmani Sangam Tyakva Dhananjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchate Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyakva Dhananjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchate. Now repeat the word meanings after me, please. Yogastha, steadfast in yoga. Kuru, perform. Karmani, your duty. Sangam, attachment. Tyakva, having abandoned. Having abandoned. Dhananjaya, O Dhananjaya. Siddhi asidhyo, in success and failure. Sama, the same. Bhutva, having become. Samatvam, evenness of mind. Yoga, Uchate is called. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna. Perform your duty and abandon all attachment to success or failure. Such evenness of mind is called yoga. Please repeat. Be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna. Perform your duty and abandon all attachment to success or failure. Such evenness of mind is called yoga. Report by Srila Prabhupada. Krishna tells Arjuna that he should act in yoga. And what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. And who is the Supreme? The Supreme is the Lord. And because he himself is telling Arjuna to fight, Arjuna has nothing to do with the results of the fight. Gain or victory are Krishna's concern. Arjuna is simply advised to act according to the dictation of Krishna. The following of Krishna's dictation is real yoga. And this is practiced in the process called Krishna consciousness. By Krishna consciousness only can one give up the sense of proprietorship. One has to become the servant of Krishna, or the servant of Krishna. That is the right way to discharge duty in Krishna consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. Hare Krishna. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, and as such, he is participating in the Varnashram Dharma institution. It is said in the Vishnu Purana that in the Varnashram Dharma, the whole aim is to satisfy Vishnu. No one should satisfy himself, as is the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashram Dharma. Indirectly, Arjuna was advised to act as Krishna told him. I'll repeat that last previous sentence. No one should satisfy himself, as is the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashram Dharma. Indirectly, Arjuna was advised to act as Krishna told him. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatadi Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangam langayate girim, yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Nidatarinam. By the mercy of the spiritual master, a lame man can cross over mountains, and a dumb man can compose eloquent poetry. How empowering. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyakva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchate. Be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna. Perform your duty and abandon all attachment to success or failure. Such evenness of mind is called yoga. So this is exposing everyone, including me, who think what we know what yoga is. These days, generally, people think that yoga is some physical exercise with little, if any, connection to spiritual, eternal spiritual life of knowledge and bliss. Because the purpose is not to serve Krishna. So on this special auspicious day of Max's two-year birthday, Hare Krishna, of Ekadashi, very excellent day for making spiritual advancement, reducing one's material activities, engagements, limiting our eating to certain things, even fasting, sometimes all day and night on the highest standard. Very good day for minimizing our material bodily engagement and increasing our devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Now, Prabhupada makes it very clear, and he says it in many other places, Krishna consciousness is a science. The yoga of devotional service, bhakti yoga, is a science. It's completely clear, and Krishna defines it right here. Such evenness of mind is called yoga. Now, he's obviously connected. He says, perform, Arjuna, be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna. Perform your duty and abandon all attachment to success or failure. Such evenness of mind. So what is the connection between doing your duty and abandoning all attachment to the results, success or failure, and evenness of mind? Think about that one. How does evenness, peace of mind, everybody wants peace of mind. But no one knows how to do it. And why is that? Because the knowledge is there. Prabhupada makes it very clear. The knowledge is there. It's not something new or something that has to be discovered or created or speculated upon. Bhagavad Gita, as it is clear. And trying to offer some interpretation according to my understanding is like holding a candle to the sun. The sun is brilliant and clear. Whether I'm under the clouds or not, the sun is brilliant and clear. And if I get into an airplane, take off and go through the clouds, I'll see the sun is there, brilliant and clear, unchanging. So the light of Krishna Surya Sama, the light of Krishna consciousness is always brilliant and clear and bright. And Prabhupada talks about so many hundreds of different versions of Bhagavad Gita. And in practically every one, he says, the author gives his own understanding, his own explanation. And that's why people are confused. That's why people are suffering, because they do not depend, they do not open themselves to the eternal fact of Krishna and Krishna consciousness, always bright and clear. So it seems very simple, and it is very simple. It's simple for the simple, and difficult for the crooked. So it's interesting that Prabhupada says that yoga means, in the purport, he says, Krishna tells Arjuna that he should act in yoga. And what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. Yoga means to concentrate the mind by controlling the senses. So this is an expanded, teased out aspect of yoga, of what Krishna is telling Arjuna, telling us, I should say, because we are Arjuna in that sense. Arjuna is us. Krishna is speaking to us, and Arjuna is the one who's there in front of Krishna, acting as if he was a conditioned, bewildered, miserable, distraught, confused, conditioned soul, like us. So in that sense, Krishna is us, and we are Arjuna. Sorry, Arjuna is us, and we are Arjuna. So Krishna is telling us that yoga means to concentrate the mind by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. So the senses are ever disturbing. The senses are always seeking, or they're attracted to the sense objects. The senses are actually superior to the sense objects, but in material life, in forgetfulness of reality, the senses come under the control of the sense objects, and therefore they're described, the sense objects are described sometimes as superior to the senses. So this is another clue. The evenness of mind comes from concentrating the mind upon God. Prabhupada says, concentrating the mind upon, yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme. And who is the Supreme? The Supreme is the Lord, by controlling the ever-disturbing sense. So Prabhupada says again and again and again in different, many different places. First thing is to control your mind and senses. They go hand in hand. We control the mind, it helps us to control the senses. We take charge with our intelligence, whether we have it ourselves or we get it from Guru, Diksha or Shiksha, and we choose. I'm going to adjust my diet. I'm going to adjust my diet and limit how much I eat and the quality of what I eat. I'm going to arrange the quality of it. I'm always going to eat prasadam, and I'm always going to eat fresh. Ideally, in season, fresh, and grown by spiritually minded people, ideally devotees. That's the ideal. Let me see who's with us. Let us know if you're there. Join in. So, and I'm also eager to have you share what you think, what you feel, what you doubt, what you question, what you realize, what inspires you. Anything connected with this verse, this subject. I'm eager to hear from you, and that's my inspiration to churn this ocean of transcendental knowledge together. So the Lord, the Supreme is the Lord, and we control our mind. We control our minds. Here, Prabhupada says, by controlling the senses. So the more the senses are controlled, they're less disturbing, and therefore the mind can more easily be peaceful, but not just peaceful, because peacefulness without Krishna, without without focusing the mind on Krishna in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, it's a temporary, impersonal selfishness. Yes, we want peace of mind, and it's necessary to understand that peace of mind comes in Krishna consciousness, and any peace of mind or happiness or lasting satisfaction can only be there if we connect with the Supreme. We act in yoga by concentrating the mind, by controlling the senses on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So there's a lot in that. And if I want to control my senses, and Krishna goes into this in terms of being detached from the results. He says, gain Arjuna, because Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight, Arjuna has nothing to do with the results of the fight. Gain or victory are Krishna's concern. Arjuna is simply advised to act accordingly. So how do I apply that? Because we're all acting. And in the previous verse, Krishna tells Arjuna, you have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. So maybe there's some doubt. I think, well, how is it possible to act, let's speak of act enthusiasm, to work, to do my job, and not expect something of the results, the fruits? Krishna says you are not entitled to the fruits of action. So that may be a tough one. That's like getting into the nitty-gritty. That's like Krishna says, this, if you're going to surrender, if you think it's surrendered, check this out. Do you think you're entitled to the fruit? Are you attached at all? Are you expecting some results in any way from the work you do? Whatever work you do. Taking care of your children, teaching, doing business, making money, bringing in Lakshmi, and bringing in money, or speaking very nicely on Bhagavad Gita. One may want some acknowledgement, some appreciation, some honor, some respect. Then it becomes dangerous. Prabhupada says very clearly in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 20, Lord Chaitanya instructs Srila Sanatana Goswami on the nature of on the absolute truth, that if one is elevated or respected on a certain level, he thinks that he deserves that he's qualified in that way. And he says that in relation to the pastime of Sanatana Goswami bribing the jailkeeper. Because when Sanatana Goswami left the service of the Nawab Hussain Shah, the Muslim ruler, he went home, he stayed at home, engaged Brahmins to chant Vedic mantras and discuss Krishna consciousness, discuss the scriptures, discuss Bhagavad Gita, discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. And then now, and it was like Sanatana Goswami called in sick. He sent a message that he was unwell, and so he was staying home. So the Nawab was obviously a little bit suspicious. Maybe, I don't know if Sanatana Goswami had ever been sick before, but either way, he sent his doctor, his personal physician, to see what the verse says, see what the reality was. So he was obviously doubting that Sanatana Goswami was actually sick. Maybe that's connected. This is my speculation, because Rupa Goswami had already left gone, just left. So the Nawab sent his personal physician to check on the reality, to see if, in other words, to see if Sanatan was really sick. And then all of a sudden the Nawab appeared himself with the doctor at Sanatan Goswami's house, and he said, "What's going on here? I sent my physician to see if you were sick, and he says actually you're completely healthy." And then Sanatan responded, "You can." I'm sure it was humbly, respectfully. I think they all stood up when the Nawab came into the room, offered him appropriate respect. You can expect no more service from me. Please engage someone else in doing the service I was doing. And so the Nawab was not happy about that at all. He said, I'm about to leave to attack Orissa. And your brother's already doing terrible things. And now you're destroying my work. And he left in a huff, angrily. And he had Sanatana Goswami arrested, put him in jail. He was completely dependent on Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami previously. Before that, they were both ministers of the Nawab's government, and they were managing all the financial, all the political, everything. And the Nawab was out free to go out and do his conquering, his chacha conquering work. So Sanatana was there in jail. Rupa Goswami sent him a message about Lord Chaitanya, and also that he'd stashed 10,000 gold coins with the local grocer secretly. And he said, you take that money and you get yourself out of jail and you come and join us to meet Lord Chaitanya. So Sanatana had all this money, but he started speaking very diplomatically to the jailkeeper. He said, "You're a great saintly person, and you have so much knowledge of the scriptures like Quran and others." And this man was a uneducated, lowly, meat-eating Muslim, and he, the jailkeeper, and Sanatana Goswami was flattering him, and it's a little bewildering to see that this diplomacy, this lying type of speech. Sanatana Goswami knew very well he was not a saintly person. He was hardly educated at all academically or in schooling. And yet he was speaking him like this to flatter him, to puff him up, so to speak. And then when he did that, in that connection, Prabhupada, there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 20, it says that if one is glorified, so-called elevated like that, he accepts that he's actually qualified like that. So that's a valuable awareness to have, that if I'm expecting some respect and glorification because I speak so nicely on Bhagavad Gita. And if I get that respect or honor, I would speak of adoration, adulation, worship, then then I start thinking that, yes, I deserve it. See how qualified, what a good speaker I am on the scriptures and Krishna consciousness. So that's a kind of attachment. We may be bringing in money. We may or may not be attached to enjoying that money or controlling it or using it as we choose. And that gradually, as we advance in Krishna consciousness, it becomes more clear how to do that. And the formula, the simple, clear formula that I always refer to is what Prabhupada said: detachment means attachment to Krishna. Detachment means attachment to Krishna. So unless we're artificially forcing ourselves to give up, mentally adjust to give up enjoying the money or enjoying the recognition, respect, even adoration, adulation, or worship, profit, adoration, and distinction from my wonderful speaking. It's not, if I grit my teeth and force myself and temporarily adjust my mind, it doesn't work. We have to advance in Krishna consciousness. We have to become more attracted to Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and becoming attracted to Krishna's servants, and or the servants of Krishna's servants. Prabhupada is, I should say, I always remind myself to speak about Prabhupada in the present tense. Prabhupada never left us. He never will leave us as long as we're seriously struggling, attempting, endeavoring to follow his instructions, to manifest his glories, to be like, become transparent via medium for sharing his teachings, his qualities, his example with others. Prabhupada is so attractive. So in every way, he was beautiful. He was luminous, effulgent. He was kind. He was humble. He was caring, loving. He was inconceivably empowered to share Krishna consciousness. He is. I keep going back to that past tense. It's an old habit that I'm practicing to give up. So please help me. Prabhupada is empowered, and he is sharing Krishna with everyone and anyone, despite any qualification or disqualification. So Prabhupada mentions Prabhupada mentions that one has to become the servant of Krishna or the servant of Krishna. That is the right way to discharge duty in Krishna consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. And then Prabhupada goes into varnashram. Now I find this very significant. Arjuna is a Chatra, and as such he is participating in the varnashram dharma institution. It is said in the Vishnu Purana that in the varnashram dharma, the whole aim is to satisfy Vishnu. No one should satisfy himself, as is the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of varnashram dharma. So even the system that Krishna has created, Chaturvarnya Maya Shristam, as he describes also here in Bhagavad Gita, the four social orders, the four spiritual orders, four social orders being Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, and Brahman. And the four spiritual orders, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanapras, and Sannyas. That system which Krishna created to be applied in this material world to spiritualize it. The whole purpose of Varnashram is to remember and serve Vishnu, to become Krishna conscious. And Prabhupada makes it very clear. Unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashram Dharma. So we discuss Varnashram, and at the same time, we should always remember that, excuse me, unless our purpose, our goal, our behavior, our actions, our consciousness is centered on pleasing Krishna, we cannot apply that system, the system that Krishna has created for us. Prabhupada says in many different places that unless society is structured according to the Varna, the four spiritual orders and four social orders, it cannot be successful. He says that. And here he's bringing that to culmination, to perfection, that unless one does that for Krishna, which is called Daivi Varnashram. Many people, even Plato, they talk about dividing society. And yet it's a whole bunch of zeros. Unless Krishna is the goal, unless the purpose is to please Krishna. And that helps me because I'm one of the core team members for the Krishna Village project we have up here in Northland, New Zealand, called Krishna Village. Lord Jagannath has blessed us to acquire for him this 165-acre property, which has excellent vastu. Everyone goes there, becomes attracted to the land, to the hill, the big hill there. Amazing place. So now we have the next steps facing us in creating intentional community and inviting like-minded, Prabhupada-centered people who want to live in a Krishna conscious community based on the land and the cows and serving Prabhupada in Krishna consciousness. So it's a huge endeavor. I'm not sure if there's anywhere in the West anyway, where it's actually being done successfully. So many attempts have been made at creating community outside of Krishna consciousness, of course, and even within the Vaishnava community. How many are successful? And we're going through it very slowly, very carefully. We'd like to do it a lot faster, and a lot of people are waiting. When are you going to let us know if we can join you? And I feel a little limited or handicapped in the sense that we don't have an answer yet because we haven't even established our membership criteria finally. And to do that takes a lot of time, a lot of interaction. We're 5 core team members, and to work together to actually listen to each other. Sounds like there's someone at the door. Give me a moment. Hare Krishna. Hello? Nope, nobody there. But someone was coming to join us in person for the rest of the class. So it's quite a challenge because I can think, I can preach, I can live on my own and develop some preaching. But if I don't associate with peers, people who are pretty much more or less on the same level as me in terms of our goal, Krishna Village Project, then it's easy for me to remain attached to the results of my work. Whereas Krishna says gain or victory are Krishna's concern. Arjuna, me, you, we're simply advised to act according to the dictation of Krishna. And the following Krishna's dictation is real yoga. So yoga is not a physical exercise. It may entail some physical exercise, hatha yoga, etc. That's valuable for the body. And yet, if we forget, or if we're ignorant, unaware of yoga meaning, the following of Krishna's dictation is real yoga. And this is practiced in the process called Krishna consciousness. So that means giving up the attachment to law, gain, or victory. To let Krishna take over. I have to have association of advanced devotees. Nectar of Devotion says we should always associate with more advanced devotees. Now, whoever, for me, an advanced devotee is someone who can, or someone who's more advanced than me, can help me go beyond my present level of advancement. Someone who can challenge me caringly, humbly, respectfully. Hey, Atmananda, why are you acting like that? Why are you talking like that? Why are you thinking like that? We've developed a strong enough relationship so that I'm willing, I respect that person, I trust that person, that they have my best interest in mind. And that I see amongst many of my peers, God brothers, God sisters, they don't have that. They don't have the relationship. They don't have the deep, trusting, sharing, confidential exchange with other peer devotees or more advanced devotees. Very rarely I see it. And I understand why. I see in myself. I avoid that. I want to be in my ivory tower. I want to be respected by certain juniors and think that everything's fine. When I go on maintaining attachment, even subtle attachment, to being honored like that, to being respected, even adored, worshipped, I don't see that. I don't see the depth of exchange amongst most other devotees or senior devotees in that way, where they're able to reveal their minds in confidence. They talk about they're able to talk about sensitive things. Now I should be careful because I don't know everything that all the devotees are doing, especially the senior devotees are doing. I should be very careful. And maybe I'm making offenses. I don't experience it myself. in what I see. And I know it's very difficult because I'm challenged myself to do it myself. And yet, more and more I do it, the more I realize it is absolutely essential to take these words of Krishna and Prabhupada and bring them into the personal exchanges, personal relationships. So this is very essential for me because I want to be steadfast in yoga. I want to perform my duty and abandon all attachment to success or failure. I want to have that evenness of mind. Oh, for that evenness of mind. And yet I know that unless I follow the six Goswamis, and Rupa Goswami has specifically given us this instruction of the six activities, exchanges of love between devotees. And two of them are revealing one's mind in confidence and inquiring confidentially. Also giving gifts and receiving gifts. Also giving prasadam, receiving prasadam. In one sense, those are very easy. But the rest, that's a challenge. And because there's so much, we're so proud, Prabhupada says that every pauper is proud of his penny. Any little thing. Oh yes, this is mine. As George Harrison sings, I, me, mine. I, me, mine. I, me, mine. Material world, I, me, mine. So, so much more to discuss. I hope you're appreciating the value of Ekadashi today. I hope that I'd like to hear from you if you have any questions or comments or inspiration. And what you think about what I've said. Anything. And we share in the chat on the YouTube or Facebook platform. And we can rejoice. We can applaud. We can relish, celebrate, broadcast the glories of the clarity, of the wonderful clarity that's available in Srila Prabhupada's words, teachings, and example. So, last call, please share if you like. We'll finish up now. Let us now offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desire trees and can fulfill the desires of everyone, who are full of compassion for the fallen, conditioned souls. Jai Vanchakalpitavascha, Kripa Sindhuvevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Sri Ekadashi Vrat Ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama